Hello everyone, this video will be going through the costs of health insurance and what you will ultimately be paying. So throughout the video, I'll be going through and explaining what a premium is, deductible, co-payments, co-insurance, as well as out-of-pocket maximums and where you can find all of this information for your health insurance plan. And so, what is a premium? This is the amount of money that you will be paying every month to keep your insurance plan. It is the similar to a membership fee to a gym or to a Netflix subscription, and the amount that you'll be paying each month depends on the type of plan you have, as well as what insurance company you are under. And so, each person, depending on their plan, will be paying a different amount for this premium. And so, what is a deductible? This is the set amount of money by your insurance plan that dictates how much you will be paying yourself before your insurance will kick in. And so, this means that any services or care or pharmaceuticals that you get, you will be paying yourself before you reach this amount of money, this deductible. And a deductible varies between the plan that you have as well as between health insurance companies. And there may also be a difference between the deductible for your medical care, so going to doctor's visits as well as doing labs and things like that for your medical care versus the deductible that some plans have for pharmaceuticals. And so prescription drugs might have a different deductible. And so an example of a deductible here I have as $2,000. And so what this means is that for your plan, you will be paying the first $2,000 of covered medical costs yourself. And so once you reach that deductible, you will be responsible for either a copayment or a coinsurance. And again, that applies only to covered services. And so here I have a side-by-side of what costs you will be having before and after you've reached a deductible. To note, on both phases, you will be paying a monthly premium. This is not affected at all by whether or not you've reached your deductible. However, the price or the amount that you're responsible for in terms of a covered service does vary. So before a deductible, you pay the full price of a covered service, and you do not have a copayment or a coinsurance. Whereas after you've reached your deductible, you usually will be paying either a copayment or a coinsurance for those covered services. In both cases, preventive services are usually free of charge to you, so your insurance will be covering the full cost of that. And so the copayment and coinsurance, the main difference is that one copayment is a flat number. It is, for example, just $20, whereas a coinsurance will be a percentage of the final bill. And so after your service is done, the provider will bill your insurance plan and they'll go through some negotiations, which hopefully reduces the final amount of your bill. And then in this case, you would be paying 20% of that. So for example, both scenarios, you go to an urgent care, the cost of services is $200, and on the copayment side, you would be paying just a flat $20, whereas on the coinsurance side, 20% of $200 is $40, so you would be paying that $40 for the service. So what is an out-of-pocket maximum? It is similar to deductible in that once you've reached this number in terms of payments, it impacts what you will be paying for the rest of your covered services. It is also thought of as a cap. It is the most amount of money that you, a policyholder, will have to pay within a year. And this just helps individuals and families reduce the cost of their healthcare services if they happen to have a lot of treatment or need to see doctors in a year. And so once you've reached this out-of-pocket maximum, you don't pay anything for healthcare services. Your insurance will cover 100% of the cost as long as it is a covered service and within their network. And so for 2021 plans, an individual's out-of-pocket maximum is $8,550, and a family's would be $17,100. And again, this is just to help the consumer reduce the amount of cost that they have to pay if they receive a lot of treatment in a year. So this out-of-pocket maximum, so the money that goes towards it includes services that are covered by your insurance, first off, and that are provided in network, as well as after you've reached your deductible, the co-payments and co-insurances that you will be paying, again, will count if they were for covered services and in network. It does not include the money you pay for your monthly premium, or payments for out-of-network services, and neither are payments for services that are just not covered for your plan. Those won't go into your out-of-pocket maximum. And so where do you find the information about your copayment, coinsurance, premium, deductible, and out-of-pocket maximum? Usually the copayment and coinsurance will be, depending on which one you fall under, which one you will be paying, will be found on your insurance card. If you have questions about specifics in terms of a service that you got done by a provider in network that is a covered service, you can go ahead and call specifically your insurance, and that can happen before you've even decided to get the service, as well as after, because having this discussion may clue you into whether or not you should be going to a different provider that may request the service at a lower price. And so, always check in if you're a little unsure of how much you may be paying, as well as looking at your insurance plan materials. So when you were enrolled, you or your family should have received plan materials, which goes through your benefits and the costs for these things. And you can kind of check in with that either paper material or, again, on your online portal. It should have this information as well. All in all, if you ever have any questions, a quick call to your insurance plan would also be helpful. And so we went through what a premium is, which is a monthly payment to keep your insurance coverage. Before a deductible, you will be paying the full cost of care, again, as long as it is in-network and a covered service. After you've reached your deductible, you'll be paying either a copayment or a coinsurance, which is dependent upon your plan. After you've reached your out-of-pocket maximum, you don't pay either coinsurance or a copay, but you will still be paying that premium. And if you have any questions that are specific to your plan, always reach out to your insurance.